Welcome to the Friday edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey alongside with Aaron Glandon. Mike Smith has been on assignment this week. He supposedly returns Monday.
He's a busy boy.
He is a busy boy. And he'll probably come back with a tan.
Probably.
Which I could use one too. Get a little tan on top of that head there. Coming up in just a moment to look at what's making news for us. We do have important news in Columbus that's going to decide a lot of things for everybody across the state. Jeff Leonard weighs in on that in just a moment. And also coming up, we'll get you caught up to date with sports. We start our Litter Media radio game of the week tonight down in Waverly. So that plus the player of the week.
Yes.
We have selected a player for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. That's coming up here shortly, too. I think this is my first Friday since August that I've been on the show.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds right.
Because the football season and everything, right. And Mike usually does, and I usually take Fridays off. So here we are, and doing double duty, I guess.
You said duty.
I did. And you're still a sophomore. All right, let's take a look at what's shaping up for our forecast here today. We see the winds are a little bit different than they were yesterday. Yesterday they were going straight north to south, and here they are moving from the west to the east for us today. Cloudy conditions, but we might see some sunshine, and temperatures will dip down to around 20 degrees tonight. It's around, it was in the teens, if I'm not mistaken, overnight. More cloud cover again for Saturday, temperatures to reach near 35. And Sunday, we're looking at cloudy conditions, but a high near 40 degrees come Sunday. Don't forget that next Sunday, not this coming, but next Sunday will be the Holiday Pops Spectacular taking place at Ohio University Chillicothe inside the Shoemaker Center. And you were out last night with the singing portion of the program.
Yeah, I wanted to get a sneak preview of what the choir would sound like at that event, so here that is. Again, you can hear the choir perform at the Holiday Pop Spectacular on December 18th. I got there last night and the doors were locked, but luckily Brian Beery was running late, and so he let me in for their practice.
Standing in the cold, shivering?
I was. It was cold.
You were beating on the door.
Yes.
Hey, there's Dave Tenner. Look at that. I didn't know Dave was singing in the community choir. I'm going to have lunch with Dave tomorrow along with my former FCA advisor. There's Melody, directing and singing as well. And another singer, Anthem Man, Don Irvin, will be joining us for this big soiree up in Circleville tomorrow. So very much looking forward to that. All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for us. Sit close for that. By the way, that Holiday Pop Spectacular is next Sunday at OU Chillicothe. The food drive continues. You'll find boxes at businesses across Ross County, and the benefit, of course, of Good Sam Food Pantry. And again, our friends at the Chillicothe Community Foundation, Chillicothe Ross Community Foundation, is putting on the show. And thank you to Adina Health for their participation in that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Now, coming up next, news. But first, we visited earlier today with Chris Martin and Ro King from Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. You can see that now on our YouTube channel.
Yes,
right?
You can.
And you can also follow it in the videos section of our videos section on the Facebook page. But don't forget, we've still got this show going on, so you can go check them out afterwards. But if you need some assistance with heating, cooling, or plumbing, you've got problems and need to have those fixed, click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you right to their website. That's AccurateHVAC.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. from auto, home, farm, life, or health. We tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
If you want to find news, you can go to littermedia.com and find all the beneficial news that you can use, as well as links to our social media pages in the upper right-hand corner, including X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio, where you can find all of the content that we deliver for you every day.
Mm-hmm. At the top of our news, Ross County Auditor Jeff Linner released a statement encouraging Governor Mike DeWine to sign the 4 House bills sent to his desk yesterday. The Ohio House Bills 129, 186, 309, and 335 make systematic reforms to curb spikes and provide direct property tax relief to Ohioans, totaling more than $2.4 billion in savings. In his release yesterday, Lehner said, as previously shared throughout Ross County's state-mandated reappraisal process, our efforts this year working with local officials across Ross County to cut 20 to 26% the 2026 property tax rates have paid off such that the only substantial property tax increases left on the table are the school districts, and only state officials, specifically the governor at this point, can act on these. Governor DeWine now has 10 days to either sign the bills into law or to veto them. You can read more about this story on our website at littermedia.com. Inside of the story, you will find links to the previous stories we've had, one in which Jeff Linner was in here to talk about this earlier this year, and also a story where it all came out, where everyone's taxes suddenly went up 30%. It was crazy. Remember the furor we were hearing from everyone?
Yeah.
It was really, well, when you see that, it sparks your interest. So you'll find that information. Plus, we put the information in where you can see from the state level. The House, of course, had approved yesterday what the Senate had proposed, and you can read all that when you go to our story at littermedia.com.
You should always go to littermedia.com.
You should.
It's got great stuff on there.
But we've tried to make it more informative than just what was said yesterday.
Right. Yes.
So you can fully go and get more educated on it.
You can also get educated on this. Reintroduction efforts for state-endangered lake sturgeon expanded to the Cuyahoga, Sandusky, and Scioto rivers in 2025, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife. As part of a large regional partnership, the 6 to 8 inch long juvenile sturgeon were released in the Cuyahoga, Sandusky, and Scioto rivers for the first time, as well as in the Maumee River as part of ongoing restoration efforts.
How about that? And in the stories yourself, you can see an actual picture of a sturgeon, which I can't really tell you that I had seen before.
What does a sturgeon look like? Do they look like a crane?
Go to our website.
Okay, I guess I
It's
have
a fish.
To. Yeah. Oh, I thought a sturgeon was a bird. What am I talking about?
Go to littermedia.com and get educated.
Yeah, I need to get educated.
A reminder for you that there's some special Christmas programs going on this weekend. Journey to Bethlehem's Living Nativity is happening this weekend. Also continuing tonight and tomorrow is His Star Marketplace, a guided journey. And that's at Tabernacle Baptist Church. And Saturday night, Christmas in Bethlehem, presented by Living Water 3CU Church. That is in the park at Pickaway Street there in Kingston. If you, we didn't have a conversation with anyone about Journey to Bethlehem and the Living Nativity, but you can see our conversation with Sean Callner with His Star Marketplace on our YouTube channel, and also on our YouTube channel, the conversation we had with Vonda Lotz and Brad Jones, who were here from Living Water 3CU, talking about their event taking place in Kingston. The pastor will be the one wearing the Roman guard outfit, and he might have some leotards on to keep those legs warm tonight.
Yes. The Mount Logan Winter Bazaar will be held tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Crafts, music, and Santa are part of this event, with proceeds benefiting school staff and students.
Also tomorrow, adults are welcome to enjoy an evening of music with classical guitarist Peter Fletcher at the Chillicothe-Ross County North Side Library. The concert begins at 6 p.m. and includes music from his latest album and a selection of holiday favorites. Light refreshments will be provided.
Up in Pickaway County, the Circleville Christmas Parade is at 1 p.m. and the tree lighting in Pumpkin Park is at 5 p.m. Commercial Point also has a festive day planned with a parade beginning at 3 p.m. and there are visits with Santa and the parade until 6 p.m. with the Christmas tree lighting at 6 p.m. At 9 p.m., Belshazzar Street, Commercial Point. Hang on. Is it at 6 p.m. or 9 p.m.?
9 is the address. 9 Belshazzar Street.
Okay. You put p.m. there, so I was confused.
Apologize.
The Village of Asheville will also light its tree on Sunday.
See, I'm looking at the graphic now and it says 9 Belshazzar Street.
Yeah, I should have looked at that instead of the story that you wrote.
There you go. Christmas at the PP Settlement Museum at Eden Baptist Fellowship Hall on Niption Road in Waverly is December 20th, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Award-winning historian and friend of our program, Beverly Gray, will be the special guest to talk about this particular event.
The Pickaway County Ag Fund invites you to their Ag Chat, Community Social, Fun, and Fellowship Edition on Thursday, January 15th at the Roadhouse 56 in Circleville. Doors at 5:30 p.m. and dinner at 6 p.m. An evening of great food, good company, and down-to-earth conversation celebrating our agricultural community.
All good stuff right there for you. And beneficial news you can use.
Yeah.
And we've even learned something today.
We have. I always thought a sturgeon was a bird, but it's not.
It's a fish. And you can see that. In fact, the picture has someone's hand, and it's holding the fish right there in its hand. And there's no feathers on it. It has fins, not wings.
Right. And gills.
And no beak. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at sports for you. Our road report, we can tell you that there is continuing work going on the business loop of US 23, 35, and 50. They continue to work on that intersection, so the ramp is closed from East Main Street on to Route 23 south, but everything else is open right there, and they're working on that. So do proceed, but use caution as you can. And Bridge Street looks pretty good. I mean, I went through, and it's highly unusual having 3 lanes open. It felt weird.
It did feel weird because I went down there the other day to get some more litter from Petland, and it was a smooth journey, and that was bizarre to me.
Yeah. Suddenly, what used to be back up because someone was going to be turning right, and somebody was turning right behind them, and somebody turning right behind them, they have their own lane now, and it changes the flow.
Yeah.
We like that. So right now we've been backed up during the construction season throughout the year, and then suddenly, boom, we've got a free flow for the holidays. And then it all starts back up again in 2026.
Yes.
To get us to 2027. You'll be really happy this time next year. Sports on the way next. Stopped down to Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe yesterday. There's a handful of Skag product left. Just a handful.
Can you pick up a Skag in your hand?
I could. Yes, you can, actually. Because they have die-cast Skag toys down there.
All right.
Yeah, so stop in and check them out. Now, I can tell you that the clearance inventory sale continues for the holidays, and you better hurry and get in because, as I said, these things have been flying out the door. And if you want your Skag for Christmas, get it now. You'll not find lower prices on this product, but I'm telling you that when the inventory is gone, so are the low prices with them. So get over and see our buddy Scott and the rest of the gang at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll tell you who this week's Player of the Week is coming up very soon. But first, we want to take a look at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard. And last night in girls high school basketball, there were some league games played. Adina beats Westfall 58-44. Unita over Huntington 57-45. Paint Valley beats Zane Trace 54-32, and Piketon beats Southeastern 52-48. In the MSL Cardinal, Byrne Union beat Bishop Rosecrans 35-17. If you want to take a look at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard to find all the games, including boys non-league games and a swim meet that took place last night, you can find that at littermedia.com. Just click on sports, and then the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard will be right there.
You'll also find the state championship game that Avon was the winner, 37-20 last night in the D2 state title game over Cincinnati Anderson. And there are more games being played today. One's already underway, Glenville taking on Shelby. Toledo Central Catholic will face Bishop Watterson later today at 3. And then the D1 championship will be decided tonight at 7:30. St. Xavier taking on Olin-Tangi Orange. And then tomorrow, 3 more games starting at 10:30 a.m. with St. Henry and Hillsdale. 3 p.m. Kirtland takes on Hopewell Loudon. And at 7:30, the Berg Pirates in Canton tonight.
Tomorrow
night. Oh, they're probably there already. Liberty Center. They got to go up and watch some of the other games and do a little walkthrough, that sort of thing. And we begin our high school Litter Media Radio Game of the Week coverage tonight. The Waverly Tigers tangle with Gallia Academy in the downtown gym. Both teams are 1-0. Now, we understand that there are 2 games being played prior to this, so we'll probably hit the air probably closer to 7:30, but you can join in anytime, and we'll have something on Letter Media Radio.
Yeah.
Be able to check that out.
The number 1 Buckeyes and the number 2 Hoosiers play for the Big Ten Football Championship tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Fox. Both teams are locks for the college football playoffs, but will Ohio State's string of wins continue to 17 or get snapped by Indiana? Find out tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Both are high-powered offenses, but the Buckeyes have a pretty good defense. But Indiana has, the 7th-ranked defense? So it could go either way. 6-7. Maybe 67 points will be scored in this game.
Maybe.
Yeah, quite possibly. If either by one of the teams or maybe a combined, whichever the case may be. The Crosstown Shootout down in Cincinnati takes place. That is tonight, Cincinnati at Xavier. And then men's basketball tomorrow has Ohio State facing Northwestern over in Evanston, Illinois. And the Ohio Bobcats will host Marshall at 4 p.m. By the way, the Ohio State women also at Northwestern. That'll be Sunday at 2 o'clock.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are also going to be home tonight against San Antonio. And the Blue Jackets, they got a win last night. They scored a shootout victory over the Detroit Red Wings in Columbus. The CBJ have a 3:30 game tomorrow with the Panthers in Florida.
And that game will be on ESPN, if I'm not mistaken. Sunday, the Bengals are in Buffalo. The Browns are home with the 1-11 Titans.
If there's any time to get a win, it's now.
It is, and you won't be able to watch it because both games are at 1 o'clock and both being covered by Fox, and Fox is going with Buffalo and Cincinnati.
You can watch it if you have a Sunday ticket.
You can, yes. Go over to Aaron's house. The Steelers and Ravens meet in Baltimore on CBS. Now, see, this isn't going to bother me tomorrow or Sunday because we have our church dinner right during the game, which I can't watch anyway. So I can go, I can sit down, and I can eat the Christmas ham and turkey and whatever else we have to eat and not even worry about the Browns.
Without a care in the world.
Not even worry that the Titans might get their second win and it be against the Browns. All right, time for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. This kid went off the other day in a bout against the Waverly Tigers. Talking about Sam Tensa from Fisher Catholic. He scored 32 of their 54 points in the Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic last Saturday. Tensa hit for 8 3-pointers in that loss to Waverly. Now, if you'd like to nominate a player of the week, send it to littermedia@gmail.com. Give us some details about the player, too, and you can see all of the players of the week when you go to littermedia.com, and in a few weeks, we'll be announcing the player of the year. So get ready for all that. And I'm getting a call.
Yes.
All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with what's happening with this date in history.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. You can find out more at litterpropane.com.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Now it's time for a look at this date in history. And we go back all the way to 1945. 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers never returned from a routine training mission. 2 hours into the mission, the squadron leader reported that his compass and his backup compass had failed. The other planes experienced similar malfunctions. Later that day, a search and rescue aircraft with a 13-man crew was dispatched and never heard from again. No bodies or aircraft remains were ever found, and the story helped establish the legend of the Bermuda Triangle.
Which is why I've never been to Bermuda. I was
Right.
always afraid of the Bermuda Triangle. But that was 1945.
It was 1945. The official story is that the stormy weather destroyed all the evidence of any remains that were there.
Yeah. And I think a number of people have visited Bermuda over that time.
Right.
And how many people have been on boats through the Bermuda Triangle and have made it okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, that's a look at today's program. Thank you so much. Coming up shortly, we are going to introduce you to the new principal at Bishop Flaget School. And she will be joining us here shortly. And I believe we've got some other guests that will be with her, too. That's all coming up about noon right here with another edition of Litter Media Live.